is a certain game out there that almost everybody has played. A universal phenomenon that anyone can pick up and play. A huge supported fan base and possibly the biggest video game of all time. I am of course talking about Craft Mine. It's no doubt this game captured the hearts of many, me included. But I'm not here to talk about that game, but more so, the game's soundtrack. The music primarily used in this game is unlike any other OST. It's primarily ambient music. Sure, on the surface that sounds weird, but if you put stock adventure music 09 over everything, the vibe is just kinda off. The soundtrack has a nice running theme, but each track stands out on its own as being something cool. Whether it's Minecraft, Wet Hands, Moog City, Living Mice. I think I pronounced that third one wrong. I could keep going. Chances are you've at least heard one of these in your life, but it goes much more beyond the music being good, and that's why I decided to make this video. And the very ingredient I'm alluding to is of course nostalgia, and why Minecraft's music makes us feel this emotion. In one of my previous videos discussing Sonic CD, I briefly went over the concept of nostalgia. I'm sure you all know what it is at this point, but if you don't, I don't want to leave you in the dark this whole video. So basically, nostalgia is usually a yearning for the past, such as reminiscing on certain smells, scenery, or many other things. This definitely includes music. Nostalgia is a very intense emotion, and can be painful for some. To understand what it is, I think it's important to clarify what I'm actually going to be doing in this video. So I'll basically go over 4 songs from the soundtrack. 3 of them will be the most memorable, aka nostalgic ones, and the final one will be the one I personally found to be extra meaningful. Throughout the discussions, I'll be pointing out 3 specific parts or aspects of the song that hint as to why we feel this way when we listen to them. Sorry if this was a very long-winded intro, I just wanted to make sure we were all on the same page. And as I tend to say, without further ado, let's get into the first song. The first song is Wet Hands, a very obvious choice. I know it, you know it, it's iconic at this point, even if you don't know the name. The track was produced by C418 for the Volume Alpha soundtrack. C418 did not know how to make ambient music when he was composing the music, so he stuck to very simple melodies. I think this method works really well, but that's not the point. The reason I bring this up is because the song's overall slowness and simple melody greatly contribute to the nostalgia factor. Even if you are not nostalgic for it, the song itself is so melancholic. It pulls on the right strings to give the same feeling as it did for someone familiar with the song. Now, I am no music geek or anything at all, but it's about the way these chords are played that give me a strange vibe of longing for something. Something that you know is gone but yearn for anyways. The Mines. As for why it's called Wet Hands, I have no idea, but this isn't a name analysis video, so let's get off the hook this time. Although you can see it in the song itself, each one of these brings back a remembrance of playing the game when the song would play. Could anyone actually pinpoint me where the song would play? Because I've rarely heard it in-game despite it being so popular. I would say loading screens, but that would be cheating, wouldn't it? This song is great, and shows the effect really nicely. Again, not a music genius, so I cannot elaborate much on that, but some slower moments in this song give it that nostalgic feel, and more so than a lot of the others in the soundtrack. Well, that was song 1. Time for a brief intermission. Answer the pinned comment below. Next on this list is Subwoofer Lullaby. While probably not as well known as Wet Hands, this song still has a ton of nostalgia factored into it. So much so, some parts sound like they all have an old radio distortion filter over them, adding to the golden age feel this song gives off. This song is really good and calming, but also kinda creepy. I think the worst part about it is the middle where it gets really quiet and not much happens. That's kind of just a bad part of the song. Towards the end, more notes play, but then it quickly trails off, kind of like singing a lullaby before someone goes to sleep, adding an even more childhood touch to it. I think the best part of this song is the first minute, as it perfectly conveys what I think it should. Unlike Wet Hands, where I never really associated a place in the game it would show up in, Subwoofer is obviously just booting up the game, and you're on the loading screen. Just picture these moments. Back then, the only thing that mattered was playing the game. At the time, you didn't care or think much of anything. but listening to it now really makes you start to get the feels. This part especially hits harder for me. That is the most nostalgic part for me, as I'd always hear the most. I mean, it's the loudest part of the track. Not to mention this part where the bar carries on for a long time, showing the end of childhood wonder as it fades into nothingness. But towards the end, it shows that there is still light at the end. If I talk much further, then I'll just end up repeating myself a bit more, but if you want to listen to any of these songs on your own, go look them up. What do you think? I was gonna link them in the description or something? Alright, now we are onto a different album, and this time we are entering into creative mode songs. Creative mode songs are extremely overlooked in my opinion. Haunt Muskie, for me at least, sounds great. These creative mode tracks are longer and tend to start off way slower than normal ones, usually since you're spending time building and floating around while in creative. I like how this song in particular has a strange feel to it from the start, where it slowly starts building, sounds like it's going in reverse almost. That hits differently. I know this video is centered around nostalgia, but if I'm talking about the song, odds are that it's nostalgic. Anyway, this song still has the traditional Minecraft tone, but the thing about creative mode songs is that they are all allowed to be more loud and in your face. This is because in normal survival or even hardcore, doing too much can distract the player, when being alert is always a main priority. Haunt Muskie is also just another bizarre name. If anyone knows, feel free to tell me in the comments, but it's not that big of a deal. Anyway, this song is really nostalgic. Sure, less so than the previous two, but hey, they can't all invoke the same standard of feeling. I have to say one thing though. There are some honorable mentions like Living Mice, Moog City, and of course Pig Step. I just had to say its name in the video is inevitable. But the next song you are about to witness might surprise you, and it might be a bit of a strange pick. But I stand strongly in my opinion. Again, comment down below what your favorite nostalgic song from the game is. And without further ado, here is the final song. Oh man, I'm already getting sort of teary-eyed. Dreeton is a song that, in my opinion, describes Minecraft in its simplest form. It makes you feel like you are on an adventure. The song starts off with slow, paw-stretched notes, and it sounds rather soothing. Then as it goes on, it quickly builds on itself. At a certain point, it brings in this new tune to accompany the stretched notes. It makes you feel at peace. And the reason why I think it deserves top spot is because it makes you think about your past in general, not just playing Minecraft. Although when I think about it, this song was playing more than any other one while I was in creative. This song continues on, slowing down and staying stagnant for a while, until this happens. It stops. It's over. A childhood wonder. The birthdays, the games, the family, the songs, the experience, the lights, the faces, the slap. It all reminds yourself of you and your past. But that past is over. It's time to move on to greater things. All those memories, that was just a part of it all. You are about to enter unemployment. No, seriously, listen. Yep. This is the beauty of Dreeton, guys. The three-toned song. It's the start of a new beginning. This song, more than any other, tells a story and unlocking older ones that are iconic. This one will hold its ground for decades to come. I could tell exactly where I was in my life with this happening, and it's all cool, but the most important thing isn't the song itself, but the message it teaches you. You gotta let go of things, but while you're here, you should embrace it, because you never know when it will be over. Sometimes the most simple of lessons are the ones with the most impact. Well, sometimes. Okay, sorry if I got a little dramatic at the end. I did not mean it any harm if I made you even close to teary-eyed. This was a video idea I wanted to make for a while. I think it's important we don't take any moment of our lives for granted, as every age is the new golden age. 10 years from now, you'll be feeling nostalgia for today, and the cycle will repeat until you're gone. It's easy to let this melancholic tone get to you and invoke negative thoughts. But the past you lived shaped you into the person you are today, and will be for the rest of your fleeting life. Just enjoy this time. Sure, things can get drab and dull. War may strike, politics may get the best of us, inflation, money crisis, relationships, family, all of it. You are living in the golden age. such. These are now the good old days. Make the most of it so when you look back on this time 10 years from now, you have some good memories to reminisce on. Maybe one day you'll be on your deathbed and remember this video. Just know to not let this emotion get the best of you. And if you ever need a breather, just listen to Dreeton. It will all be okay. And besides, nostalgia used to be a severe case of homesickness anyway.
My diamonds, my diamonds.